Let's jump topic here, and our last one would be because we brought this up before. Um, we could jump into, but my thought is because a lot of games more and more nowadays are having payable systems where you can pay money into video games to help you in your video games. And I know you gave me your opinions before, but I want to jump into a more of a direct way. What in your mind would make a game actually truly pay to win? And do you think that this is where games are heading to more and more, where money is going to be what pushes your character, your account forward?
All right, my opinion of pay to win
Yes.
is if I can go and buy an OP character out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Like level, I enter the game. I'm level 1, and I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to be level 1. I'm gonna buy me a level 100 that's got the ability to smite God. That's pay to win. Or if I'm buying armor that gives my level 1 character the ability to smite God, that's pay to win. Barring that, I don't call anything pay to win, because at that point, like, okay, for example, a game that we both play, Genshin. I can go and spend money and get a bunch of damn wishes and pull a good weapon, but that weapon, even at its max power, is not necessarily going to make a level 20 god. You understand what I'm saying? You still got to work for it.
Okay.
Whereas if that same level 20, get now. What I was saying is that if I take that same level 20 and I buy that exact same weapon, and suddenly he's more powerful than any level 90 or 100 in the game, then that's pay to win. You know.
Okay, so World of Warcraft you can pay to get a max level character, but you can't immediately, like, you can smite everything underneath that level, but at your level you can't smite everything.
Right, that's not pay to win to me, because you still have to put effort into leveling.
Yeah, and you also can pay people. Well, you can buy gold in the game that can pay people to help you do things that will get you the best gear in the game. Would that be considered pay to win, even though it's one extra step?
Yes, but it's not, because I wouldn't say the game is designed for that. That's people taking advantage of the game. At that point, that's not the game being pay to win. That's the players figuring out how to pay to win.
Okay.
There's a difference. So, like, if I can go and buy, like, I can go farm this one resource, right?
Yeah.
And sit there, and I know that this resource is coveted. Everybody wants it because it makes them stupid powerful, and they're going to pay me all their gold to get it, right? Okay, that's not, the game wasn't developed for that, but someone like me figured out that I could do that. Now they're paying me to win. They're not paying the game, they're paying another character. So the game is not play to win, but the gameplay becomes capable of being play to win.
Okay, let's say you're a developer. You think you should stop that kind of things, or you think you should just, like, well, technically you're not doing anything illegal against that service, but they find a way.
That's a fine line to walk, because there's some games that that can be really taken advantage of. And there's some games that it's just enough to skirt you by.
Yeah.
So what I would say is that if you truly develop your game and your intention is it to not be play to win at all, then you should develop it kind of like Genshin does. There's no tradable items, and I can't sell you shit. You have to work your
Um,
ass off to get it.
So there's a game, and I talked about it before, Diablo Immortal coming out.
Diablo Mortal
on
Kombat.
Well, not Mortal Kombat, Diablo Mortal.
What's up, Great
But
Lamino?
Hey, Great Lamino, what's up? Welcome. But cancel video games. Wish you could have a play. Let's see, yeah. Future topic: canceled video games you wish you could have played. Ooh, okay, that might be an interesting one. But okay, so Diablo Immortal's coming out, and there's going to be systems in the game and ways to power level your character.
Hush.
That's they've already done the math for. So somebody out there has already done the math and the probability of getting these items in the game as a free-to-play player
Yeah.
over the people that are paying for the game.
Right.
And there's items that a player within the game's lifetime will never be able to access on a free-to-play. And then that scale is so high of items they can get, because, like, it's kind of weird. They can get these items that would boast to their characters.
Right.
But then those items, and there's like a level 5, there's a 5-star gem in the game. Or a 5, or epic, you might say legendary star gem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's like 6 other gems before that. A possibility to get it. But just getting one of these is 1 in 2,000. Every 2,000 pulls, you might get one.
Okay.
But out of that one, there's 5 different scales of that one gem. It's a 1-star, a 2-star, a 3-star, a 4-star, a 5-star. And that number gets harder and harder to get as well. So it's only 1 in 2,000 just to get one of those gems. Then just getting one of those gems, you might get a 1-star. You might get a 2-star. You might get a 3-star. But getting a 4 and 5 stars is practically impossible. Unless you pay a lot of money in the game. But then when you get that gem too makes no sense. Also, you can put gems in it. That could be a 5-star, a 1-star, a 2-star, a 3-star, a 4-star, or a 5-star. And when you put a 5-star in that gem into that gem, you see what I'm saying? It's infinitely scalable. And the more money you put in the game to buy these items, the more it scales, right? It just so. At what point does that become pay to win?
It's play to win at the point where the 1 in 2,000 is not too bad. Is when it becomes 1 in 5 at 2,000 of getting the best one. That is the point it becomes play to win, because at that point now it's damn near impossible.
Yeah, and that to me is purposely making a game like that being a game where they are relying on you or pretty much dependent on you to put money in the game.
Yep.
And it's one of those fishing things, right? They fish for you, and once you get a nibble on it, they know you come back for another. That's all they're waiting for until they hook you. Like they're saying, okay, if you're okay putting that much money in it, at what point would you put more money into it? You might, it might become like a subscription base. Like, oh, I gotta make sure I put my money for this week. I haven't done that yet. It's it's a habit of mine, but I'm okay with it. And next time I go, but here's something else that costs a little bit more money. You're okay buying that. You're okay buying this, and it's
Yep.
thing that just never stops until people find out. Wait, how much money put in this game? And the game's dead? That's my biggest concern.
So here's the downside. Like, I agree with you. The game dying after putting money into it sucks. And you're right. I think that's kind of shitty, but at the same time, the game's architecture has to be supported somehow.
Yes.
So somehow they have to make money. Whether it be based off of logins, some sponsor says, hey, we're going to give you $5 every time someone logs in. Boom, now you're making revenue. Or whatever. They have to get paid somehow. So, unfortunately, what has become very easy now is to put in pay to win type systems. So, okay, here's the basic overworld. Everybody can play it for free. But if you want to be God out the gate, you spend $30. Okay, now that's $30 times however many users. Now they've got that bankroll to support their architecture. Problem is that's a slippery slope, because then eventually they realize, hey, they're paying us pretty good money for this shit. Let's slip a little more in there, and now we're not just trying to upkeep the game and upkeep everything. Now we're trying to line our pockets. So
power becomes absolute corrupt.
Right. So I mean, the problem is anytime you deal with anything that has any kind of monetary value trade or whatever system in it, it's never going to be completely moral. It can't be, because at some point somebody is going to try to make more than their fair share.
Yeah, it's kind of like a video game's been active for several years now, where it used to be about the game's quality and how good it was. It made a lot of money that way. But then they started to figure out, okay, how we can make the game come out faster? How can we make it for a little bit cheaper? How can we make it a little bit quicker, instead of just making a quality, good game that takes years to make, that's going to be worth every penny somebody puts in, and makes them a lot of money and gives them a lot of rep because of that.
Which is why I was such a big supporter of the remake of Final Fantasy. They took years to develop that fucking game. They released one DLC after it was done that you had to purchase. Only one. You know what I think the DLC was for? So they could support their shit while they write the second one. They only wrote enough to keep themselves going, right? That, I look at that company and go, you know what, kudos to you. You're trying to do right by me, and I'm down with that. But at the same time, then you have these other games out there that put far less effort into it, but then they want you to spend a shitload of money to buy this or that or the other, and it turns into a big thing. Like, here's my point to anybody. You seen this last night. The proof that Genshin is not pay to win. How many wishes did I bank before I did that pull?
70.
Okay. Out of those wishes, maybe 10 of them were earned from my blessing of whatever, which I spent $5 on. Okay. Those 10 doesn't guarantee me that character. It's 10.
No.
But I busted my ass to get all the other ones. Okay. So to me, it's not pay to win. It's maybe pay for what I would call enhancement. Pay for enjoyment sake. If you want a little extra, like a cooler outfit or, a slightly better, this or that. Hell, I can't even buy scrolls, man. I would be up in your face buying scrolls from you if I could buy scrolls. I can't. You just can't do it. It's not in the game. And hell, even if you did manage to spend enough money to buy enough wishes to guarantee you to pull the character that you wanted, that shit still starts at 1.
Can you buy more in the game?
No. I have not yet seen a way to purchase more. Maybe I'm wrong.
But saying, if you could buy more in that game, or buy leveling materials, and if you could buy scrolls, with like, you could buy money and then take that money and buy, or not buy that. If you could take money, buy items in the game that makes you be able to purchase Mora, and then be able to buy scrolls or use that to buy leveling materials, and then you just take a day 1 character and automatically level it that day to level 90, and then C6 hits, like that. Would that be considered pay to win?
But I would think if you could do that, maybe. The problem is that there's no way you can do that in a day. No way. You would have to buy so much Mora, and then you would have to buy so much materials, so many wishes, or primos to get wishes, or whatever. You'd have to buy so much of that shit. The hell, You know how many wishes it would take to see 6? Because you're talking 90 to get it, to guarantee you're getting it, and then another, if it's an orange, another 90 for every C, and they have to be up on the banner.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just that. I mean, they wrote that shit to where, oh, it might be possible, but it's so ridiculously difficult and time consuming. No fucking body wants to do it.
that Tectone guy spent $500 trying to get to get 2 of the new characters to see one her and 1 bow.
Yeah, like 70 to 80.
$500.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
and I would agree, Lambino. I think pay to win is mainly mainly a PvP type of a game, type of a scenario where that's where it actually matters. Because let's be honest, if me and you are running around and I bought a level 90 character out the gate and we're doing a quest, you're gonna be happy I'm smiting every fucking thing so you can get your drops. Okay, you're not going to be bitching about that at all. But where you're going to get pissed off is if me and you go into a PvP round and you beat my ass, and then I'm like, give me 5 minutes, and I go buy this badass character and come back and stomp a mud hole in you. That's where you're going to be mad at.
Well, it goes for me is PvP is one of the primaries, like you said, Labino. But second one is if there's way to make money in the game. Let's say competitions or time events like the, let's say, who has the best record doing this or that, and I make money, or there's like actual competing, like whether or not it's not between me and you, doing this thing is between me and you, and who could do the best. And if I make money off of it, and there's a way to pay to win, then we have a little issue. Because if I go do something with my free accounts and I do it, let's say 5 minutes, but someone pays and is able to do it 1 minute because they bought and paid for everything in their account, and now they're able to do it within 1 minute of spot time, I'm gonna feel like it's a little cheap.
It's like me with Fable 2. When I get to the point that I can start purchasing houses, after I purchase maybe the first 6, I log off for 8 hours. You know why? Because for that 8 hours, I'm collecting money. But I'm not accumulating game time. So when I log back in, you know what I do? Go buy more houses, log back off for another 8 hours. Eventually, I own everything in that entire map. And when I log off for 8 hours of gameplay and I log back in, I'm never poor. There's never an item that I cannot buy. There's never a woman in the game I cannot woo because I can go buy whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be like you're not gonna do that with someone else out there in the competition to try to make some money, right?
Well, here's the thing. If you know that trick and you're doing something, say like me and Stealthy do with the game competition, that's not fair because they don't know the trick. If they don't know the trick, then they're screwed. Because by day 4, I've got all the money I'll ever need in the entire game. Now I don't have to wait and go farm money or any of that. Hell, I just go and buy the potions I need to level myself up, because in that game, the way you get skill is you buy potions and you drink them and they increase certain skills.
That you're aware of, but the other person is not.
Yeah.
But if you put money in the game to make money, then okay. Yeah. So that's where I want to get at. I think the Diablo game, I'm a mind of like Lost Ark. I don't know if you know about Lost Ark. It's another MMO, but it's top base down. They have a limiter on how much money you put. You pay $5,000. That's it. You cannot spend more than $5,000 actually in the game. They put a limiter on that, which I don't know is 5,000. I know it's a pretty high number, but it's like a high number, but it's at a point like, hey, I want to give you more money if I have it, and they're like, no. And I think that's very commendable. It's like, hey, we could take more of your money, but we think you should stop. Just stop. Like, do it later. You don't need it right now. We're good. I promise you. And I think that should be the same thing with some video games out there. If I spend $500 on Genshin Impact and I only get one banner character, stop me, Hoyoverse. I don't think I should be putting more money in that. Honestly, I think I should stop at $300. But that's my personal thing. But they're like, no, we don't care. Just keep on keep on giving. Yeah, come on. We'll take it gladly. We have no problem with this. And I think more companies like that, game companies that are making money off the player base and supporting their game should all be in a like, okay, how can we save face and not look like we're just greedy and just want more money? But if we're either we're pay to win or not. Like,
and you're right, Anime. It does come down to there's always a way to beat whatever. It's just about what you're willing to do.
Oh, some people are willing to do whatever it takes. They don't care. And again, like I said before, if you're a person out there who puts money in video games, I've done it before in the past. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I have a personal thing what I think is worth money. You have a different thing what you think is worth money. Well, so if you think that paying money in a game is worth money, then
so
good for you.
Here's the example. I work all day. I don't have the opportunity to play as much as other people. So I spend $5 every once in a while so that I get primos to substitute for that. But it's $5. $5.
Yeah.
I'm not putting 5,000. I'm not putting 500. $5. There should always, if you're going to play a game that has the ability for you to spend money, you should always put a limit on yourself as to how much you are willing to spend at any given time.
Yeah, some people don't have no limits, and because they enjoy it. They enjoy that kind of things, and I feel like I'm like my parents with me collecting figurines. They're always like, "Why are you wasting money on that? Why are you wasting money on that?" It's like, it's because of what I enjoy. I don't want to tell anybody out there why you're wasting money on spending stuff in a video game. It's all digital stuff. Why you care? It's because it's what you enjoy. I get that. I'm right behind you on that. Well, the other thing is there should be just a little bit of a limit of how much, and if it's pay to win, I don't think you should be just going, oh well, I can never stop this. This is the inevitability. I mean, this is what I must do to be good at this game. It's pay to win. Kind of like countries that just rolled over. There's a reason why countries split apart because absolute power corrupts. And just like that, video games, it will eventually corrupt, and you need to stay and stand on your 2 feet and walk away and make a new country like people made new video games before. And that's just how it is for this games. I don't like the way it's going, and I hope it stops. But I don't know if it's gonna stop. And people are just defeatists. They're giving up. They're giving up, and I don't like that. I don't know. Okay, that's it for this week. I hope everybody had a good time. We went over a little bit, but because we had a little hard time starting the day, so I think we're okay with that. We'll be live again next week on 5 o'clock Street time. I will be going live within the hour or so. Need to eat something, maybe a little longer.
I will be live too.
So we're gonna probably do a dual stream. Maybe I have both of us pulled up. So if you want to watch that, and if you're interested in merchandise, they're not down below just yet. I put them in the chat a few minutes ago, but I'll put them down below again in the description section. And be sure to leave a comment. If you're in the chat right now, just leave a comment afterwards on what your thoughts and opinions on a certain topic. Please, we are 11 away from 100. I know it's a big ask, but please help me out, help us grow. And as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.